Yeah.
But anyways, we're back to full health. We're here. We've got we got BSB in us already, so that means we're ready to go.
Yes. So, Colin, I was just waiting. I was listening.
I
I'm here
was
for it. I
like,
was,
how do I
wasn't
end
sure
this?
where you were going.
I'm just gonna drop it.
wasn't sure where you were going, but I was willing to follow you there.
Right.
So, yeah. So we got a big show this week, like Colin said. So, but as we do every week, I want to start something here. So, Colin, let me ask you this, right? We talked in the pre-show that, actually we didn't give the dates, but on March 21st, our government is going to give some of our rights back to those of you still complying. I was going to say those of us, but you and I have not complied for some time now. So those of you still complying, the state mask mandate is going to be reversed on March 21st. The waiting, I had a lot of people ask me about that.
I don't get that.
So
I don't get that at all.
It is supposedly...
The science is going to change.
Yes, but apparently the science now says that they predict that the cases per 1,000 will be around 5 on the 21st of March. And that is when it will be safe for everyone to not wear the cloth masks that they've already said don't do anything for you.
Yeah,
but that's
facial
when it will
decoration.
be
I remember Leanna
facial
Wang saying,
decorations. But that's when it will be safe for you to not wear the facial decorations anymore.
except for on
Excuse me.
public transit and a
Public
few other places,
transit,
right?
I think in state buildings you still have to wear one. Yeah, there's a few. Schools have the option here, right? They have the choice. They can do it. Students have the option. Dear God, don't forget you have the right to wear a mask.
Dear God,
Lest
don't forget.
you forget that you have the right
Yeah.
to wear a mask. And don't you dare let your employer tell you that you can't wear a mask. Don't you dare. No, that's part of the justification that we talked about for keeping the emergency power. So, with that, right, the mask mandates are being taken away. So, is the lifting of mask mandates proof that we were wrong about the state not giving back power that it took from us?
No.
Why?
Not even in the slightest thought of it. Because they're not removing the emergency powers. They're not letting the emergency situation or whatever the declaration is that gives the executive all the extra power. They're not doing that. They're not getting rid of that. That's like a very, very important thing that he's specifically not getting rid of it because it allows access to federal funds and other executive powers
And
that
to-
he could not have otherwise.
And
So
to regulate the schools. That's part of it.
Yes.
And not to interrupt you, but that's part of his third justification
Mm-hmm.
was it also allows us to regulate the schools more if we keep the emergency powers in order. So it leaves the door open to bring the school mask mandates back, even though we're going to take them away right now. Even though that doesn't make any sense, and we have people like Stacey Abrams taking pictures. Lest we question her during Black History Month. Right?
How about
Lest
Dan
we-
Crenshaw? Did you see that
No.
young? I think I saved the tweet. I'll have to look for it
He
in
did
a
the
minute.
same shit.
Okay, so there was 2 pictures. It was like at a Young America's Foundation or one of those like youth conservative group things. There's a picture of, I think it was like Charlie Kirk and some other kind of mainstream, kind of a younger person, right? They were doing, and they just took a picture with the kids, right? And then Dan Crenshaw is standing there with a mask on, and then all the other fucking kids have masks on. I saw that picture. I got to see if it's on my Twitter because I'm pretty sure I saved it. It was
Dan
pretty
Crenshaw
powerful.
is the worst.
Dan Crenshaw is the new John McCain neocon. He's a modern version of the
Yes.
John McCain neocon.
Yes.
He is a shill for corporate fucking power. He is a shill for corruption in government. As long as it's his people in power, he doesn't care. I'm not a fan. Not a
No.
fan. I was at first.
Yes.
He had me convinced, and I think he just, the swamp dirties everybody, bro. Swamp dirties everybody. I'm
Yeah,
gonna see
it's
if I
not
can find
good.
this tweet real quick.
That's really unfortunate.
If I bookmarked that tweet, I'm pulling it up. 'Cause it's legit.
So I agree with you there, because again, like you said, the limited mask mandate is still in effect, right?
Mm-hmm.
So not only to the point that you said before that these they're not giving them back because the emergency powers are still there.
Yeah.
They've also
Just because they tell you
proven-
can have a mask off doesn't mean that you're any less. You have your freedoms again. No.
They've also tested the waters to find out exactly what the limits are before people start to really protest and really start to throw a fit, right? They know that if they put in a mask mandate, some people are going to have an issue, some people are not going to wear it, but they're just going to leave it out because they can do it anyway,
Yeah.
They know that if they put out a vaccine mandate, people are going to do it. The state is going to do it. The state workers are going to do it. People who work there are going to do it. Most of the police officers are going to do it. They're going to do it because they don't want to lose their job. They're not giving up that power. They've already established where the line is. They've just set the temporary line right there. Looking for that Dan Crenshaw.
I am, dude. It was pretty startling, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to find it real
Yeah,
quick.
no, that's really funny. And then you had asked me, and I'd be interested if anyone will ask Jay Ainsley about this. Was the state
You mean him like this? I'll just ask him. Real quick.
right? The
Tweet at
state
him.
vaccine mandate for the state workers, right?
Yeah.
If that's going to stay in effect, or if that's also going to go away with the mask mandate, because
We're not talking about vaccines right now.
No.
We're only talking about masks.
Well, they are. They made sure that they mentioned Umir Shah. That is the doctor. That's the state doctor. I can never remember his name, but that's his name, Umir Shah, right? I made a point of remembering his name this time because I always say, I don't know whatever the fuck his name is.
Yeah.
But Umir Shah, and he said, the best way to protect yourself is still go and get a vaccine. Make sure that you're getting the boosties and getting pumped up and shit, because that's still the best way to be protected. So, no mention of making sure that you go out and get some exercise or try and get your kids to not
Get
be
your supplements
fat
up or, none of that.
and none of that. No mention of vitamin D. Just
No.
make
A
sure
lot
you-
of mentions of ivermectin, but oh shit,
Make
don't
sure
say
you
the bad
get
word.
that,
You just can't take that.
Make sure you get that vaccine, though.
Yeah, get that going on.
That's the trick.
I saw some CNN articles yesterday or last night about ivermectin. New studies have come out, so about long-term effects of COVID and everything. And as per the usual, it looks as if it's there's no data still at this point to support anything about ivermectin's antiviral properties or anything like that. As far as the new studies are concerned.
Isn't that interesting?
Yeah, isn't that interesting? Good for you, CNN, for giving us that scoop. I'm so done. How can I see people still referencing CNN articles? I see them quote tweet a lot. I see them they are just orgasmically putting stories out on social media all the time. How does anyone give them a shred of credibility anymore?
Only people who stay at home.
I don't get
Let me
it.
give you an example, right? The condo we're going to next weekend, which
Word.
is a week from today, dinner and games afterwards in the condo. That's what the plan is. So 1 week from today, Saturday, dinner and games in the condo. Plan it. Put it down.
Put it on the calendar.
That condo we're going to be at. There's a woman, because it's for Jordan's family who lives in
Somewhere.
what the fuck is it? New Mexico, right?
Oh.
Yes.
That's who that-
Michael
okay.
Barker. Michael Barker's family, right?
Michael Barker.
Yes, it's his family that
I
owns
talked
this
about him the
condo,
other day.
and it's just for them to stay in when they're here.
Oh,
right?
that's cool.
They own it just
Yeah.
so that they have a place to
like
stay
a-
when they're here.
Yeah, vacation
And-
house type of deal.
Yes, exactly. So there's a woman who lives across the hall that watches it for them, when they're gone.
That's what my neighbor does. My neighbor's dope as shit. He always watches my stuff when I'm here.
Last year around this time, I think we went there. Jordan and I did, just to stay, maybe just for the day, even to hang out. And so the woman across the hall, we get the key from her. And when we went there, we stopped and we knocked on her door, and she left the screen closed. She's an older woman, obviously, and definitely retired. And so we were like, "Oh, hey, we're just here, get the key." And she said, "Yeah, if you'll just back up, then I'll open the door and I'll set it down on this thing here, and then I'll come back inside and you can grab the key then."
Wow.
So those are the people that keep CNN in business, because
Are you sure you just didn't scare her? You're a
she
big
wouldn't-
man.
I purposely said nothing. Yeah, no, she wouldn't even allow us to take something from her hand. I don't even want to risk touching you or being within too close. And for some reason, this mesh on my screen door is going to protect me, because she wasn't wearing a mask. She wasn't any of these things.
It's really sad when you think about it, man.
It's super sad.
That people live. There's lots of people that live like that.
Especially here, right?
Word.
Larry is talking about how he went into a store and that person asked him to wear a mask, and he said, "Okay," and turned around like he was "I just would rather not shop here." And that person said, No, it's fine. They would do you remember that? He's on the show and he said that to us. Yes.
Yeah, I remember that.
Welcome to the salt of the streets, coming at you every week with this food for thought. Hope you